burlesque in London about 3 years ago, and I just fell in love with the whole atmosphere, and in particular the audience, the way audience dress up, and it's just quite a kind of decadent vibe. People buy cocktails and champagne and they dress up in three-piece suits, and I just loved it, and I thought, God, I wonder would it work in Dublin.
I never thought there'd actually be a chance for me to go to places like this in Dublin.
It's just a real family vibe, and the audience, it's lovely to see the way they interact with each other. Complete strangers can go up to each other and go, where'd you get that corset, where'd you get that top? And here you've got a very mixed audience. You've got couples, you've got singles, you've got male, female, you've got the whole lot. And it's all done with a sense of humour.
The atmosphere here is always electric. We have a core group of people who come to every show as well, and they just lift our spirits the minute they arrive. They're so looking forward to the whole thing.
People don't see it every day. It's not something that happens every single week, 4 times a week throughout their city that you can constantly see. Every time I come out to a Tassel Club, everyone's dressed up, everyone's brilliant, ready to go, know that it's going to be a great show. Everybody backstage is brilliant, and so it just makes it a really good environment to be in and perform in.
My mother hasn't been to a show yet, but I'm hoping that she will make it. I was a little bit cagey about telling her initially because she's very conservative.
There was a lot of people that didn't really understand, and we were kind of put into the category of, oh, that's some type of striptease, adult entertainment. And I think people didn't really understand. But I have to say, even though we only had 100 people at our first show, most of them dressed up, most of them understood what the idea behind it was.
To me, this is far more feminine. It's all about the tease, it's all about the suggestion. It's not really about bearing it all and too quickly. This is far more suggestive, far more empowering, I think, to women.
When you're dressed up and you're wearing the gear and you've got your makeup and your hair done, you feel very confident and sexy, and you become that sort of femme fatale kind of thing. So I think it's very empowering to women.
It's all about the tease. It's all about the performance, about the costumes, about the elegance and skill involved. And I'm sure there are strippers out there who have very skillful routines, but it's a completely different atmosphere. They're trying to be sexy and erotic in a more sleazy way, whereas we're much classier, and it's much more frivolous, and usually it's a lot more fun. We're more tongue-in-cheek, and we're all about the costumes as well. We're all about the female form in all its shapes and sizes, and that's what we embrace here. Is about women are beautiful no matter what shape and size you are. It's not about being the page 3 figure. It's if you have it inside you, everybody's got a starlet in there somewhere just trying to get out.
We do maybe 1 or 2 striptease in the entire 10 performers, and I think that element works. If it didn't work, I would take it out.
People's preconceptions are they think it might be degrading, they kind of associate it with stripping, which it isn't, because it's a lot more sexy, a lot more sophisticated and glamorous.
I think it's playing on women's strengths as opposed to exploiting their sexuality.
When you take a striptease that we do, and you put it in our context, it just becomes a whole different thing. And even though the basic elements are there is a girl or a guy on stage taking their clothes off. It's about the whole process, and the audience are in on it. So it's not this kind of thing, look at me. Well, it is an element of that. There is an element of that. But it's really more about the performance rather than the end result.
When there's new people, the first show, they're so blown away by it all. And I get mobbed after every show for photographs. And it's lovely to see people appreciating it and enjoying themselves.
It's our first time, but definitely won't be our last, I tell you that.
Maybe more people want to go out and see a cabaret and see a show and see something different and see people sending up the politicians, and that's probably why people are getting into burlesque and cabaret. I hope so. I hope it's not just a new fad, and even if it is, we'll still be here in 10 years.